Well, the crowd's trickling in and they're enjoying the cricket as well. What a start here for the Rhinos after winning the toss. Both the openers of the Gurkhas back in the dugout. And both the wickets going to Sohail Tanveer as Merv Gerard Erasmus makes his way out. A strike rate of 120. And these numbers as well exude a lot of confidence. Look at that. 12 50s and a century as well coming against Uganda. But he's up against a man who's found his rhythm and groove, Sohail Tanveer. Look at that for carry. Look at that for some kind of intimidation as well.
Beautifully bowled again. And Erasmus is here because of this. He took his time. He broke the rhythm which Michael Levitt was in. And he was forced to play a shot of a slower ball and hold out to deep square leg, who just moved into that position. So very, very clever from Sohail Tanveer, and a big wicket for the Rhinos. Yeah, you need the experience of Erasmus now, captain of Namibia. Got a calm head on his shoulder, and he'll have to dig into every bit of his experience to pull the Gurkhas out.
Just a little tentative and fairly understandable. You've lost two of your more accomplished batters. Another successful over, wicket and 4 runs. It's 28 for 2.
DHI Happier Home. Today tahe.
Siddhartha Rewards. यसमा points are Siddhartha Bank. Sambandha Sadaivharilai.
Back in the dugout. Eskenazi out for 2. Levitt was looking so good for his 25 and 16. And it's work to do for Maharajan and Erasmus. Erasmus still to get off the mark. It's day 2, match number 2 in the inaugural edition of the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League 2024, powered by Ncell. And what a festive atmosphere on a Monday morning. And the captain brings himself on, Kushal Malla. Best of 4 for 33, an economy of 6.3, 19 wickets. We've seen left arm spin make a lot of impact in that first game. Spinners rather coming to the fore. Now in this part of the world, in Nepal, you'll see so many left arm spinners making a strong case for themselves. Maharajan. That one went through. Huge appeal there. And that's been turned down.
Looked like a friendly delivery, just tossed out. Just seemed to hurry off the pitch, no turn. Maharajan was slightly lazy with that front foot. How close was that? The bat coming down in an angle as well. Big appeal, Malla not happy. Good job.
Himal Rajgiri, the umpire there, was not interested at all. Anxious moments here for Maharajan.
Maharajan, lazy, and then a big swipe across the line on the second ball, inside edge. Didn't hit anything. The bat came down at an angle. That's what made him miss the delivery. Didn't come down straight in line with the ball.
Yeah, makes room for himself. Smashes that through the gap. That's a lovely shot. What a way to get off the mark, and good way to release the pressure as well. And immediately after that, Malla may bring about some changes too in the field.
Yeah, first boundary for Erasmus. Making room, making his intentions clear. Giving away his stumps. And finding the gap on the offside. Not a big spinner of the ball, Kushal Malla. Just coming on with the arm, and there was a big enough gap for Erasmus to penetrate. Yeah, he's got all the experience. Captain of Namibia, made his international and first class debut at the age of 16. Erasmus. So he's got a lot to look forward to in this tournament.
Told him! Malla strikes, has the last laugh, hit for a 4 in the previous delivery, comes back to disturb the stumps. This is a massive comeback and a very good wicket as well.
A very clever bowling, slightly quicker, very subtle change of pace. Deceived Erasmus, again giving himself the room, and the ball just hastened off the pitch, kept the tad low. and Erasmus had to depart, and Kushal Malla is ecstatic. Third wicket down now for the Gurkhas, 33 for 3. And the experienced Erasmus walks back. Bowled Kushal Malla for 4. In deep trouble now, the Gurkhas.
What a start here for the Rhinos. Gurkhas in a bit of trouble here, 33 for 3. And all the 3 overseas recruits back in the dugout, Eskenazi, Levitt and Erasmus. And this will now mean that Bhim Sharkey will have to hold fort and anchor this innings of theirs. Captain Malla looking good. And he's coming with the arm. Settled into a very good line and length.
Very clever bowling. Slightly quicker than the previous delivery. Slightly fuller as well. Erasmus wanted to repeat the same shot. Got deceived by the pace off the pitch. That's a great over coming to an end. Just 6 runs off it, and it's 34 for 3.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट
डाइरेक्ट
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ
त्यसो भए त आइएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा
Sohail Tanvir is going to do something that's pretty rare, which is bowl 3 of the first 6 in this first power play. But I suppose when you're 39 years of age, like he is, HD Ackerman, when you get those limbs loose, just keep it going. He started excellently.
Yeah, that's the beauty of experience, is that they know they find the length, the right length to bowl on a surface pretty quickly. And you know, he might have started left arm over as well, but worked out that coming around the wicket and bowling at the stumps, giving no room whatsoever, was the way forward. He's been an incredible performer around the world for a number of years, Sohail Tanvir.
Now, big appeal, and the finger goes up. Tanvir, he's on fire. But Pradhan immediately says, yes, that's good enough. Bhim Sharkey looks for innovation, looks for the ramp, and he can't do it. Tanvir, simply too good.
Around the wicket at the stumps. And he says, you miss, I'll hit. And he richly deserves the second one. Been trying to be inventive, but the old hand has the final say. They've lost their fourth as Bhim Sharkey goes for 1. It's 34 for 4. I've got his no director.
beautiful scenes here at the TU International Cricket Ground. It's a special venue, a spiritual home of cricket in Nepal, and it's never looked better. But for the hometown team, who we were talking up before the start of play, they're in real trouble. Shankar Rana, it will be, who's in at number 6. Alongside Sumit Maharjan. And 2 local players will have to rebuild and find a way. Tickled around the corner. Nice way to get off the mark. It's going to be a boundary. Just a clever piece of batting, wasn't it? Came across the crease and just simply a tickle, a leg glance for 4.
Yeah, the beauty of the Gurkhas is even though they've lost the number of wickets, is that they're still looking to score after every ball.
Yeah, Tanveer coming very wide of the crease. And you can certainly see there's going to have to be a rebuilding effort. They do bat deep. You think of even the captain, Karen KC, who might be down at number 8 or number 9. 2 slips in place now. Outside edge is beaten. Well, Tanveer, he's rolling back the years here. You can see the wickets, they've just fallen so regularly. And that has been the problem after that little flying start from Michael Levitt. The wickets now just going the whole time. And all that Sohail Tanveer has done is do the basics right. Hasn't played much cricket of late, as he was involved in that Legends event in Birmingham in June, playing for the Pakistan Legends, and then in some US Masters T10 action. But I suppose when you're the quality of cricketer that he is, you really never lose it.
It's the body that normally gives up. That if you keep yourself in decent shape, we were speaking about it the other day in the opening day, when you see some of these players now in their late 30s, they're still very athletic, and Sohail Tanveer has kept himself in good nick. So along with his athleticism and his experience,
good running. They'll get a single to close out the power play. It's a power play that belongs to the Chitwan Rhinos. They've found 4 wickets. The score 39 for 4.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
Well, a really healthy crowd again. There is talk of a sellout today. Now, it's a Monday morning, a 9 a.m. start, and already we probably have, 6,000 or 7,000 filling the grass banks and the newly installed stands here at the TU. And there is, as always, plenty of colour and passion up there in the crowd. Kushal Malla, speaking of passion, I was really excited to see him firstly brought in as captain of this side. He's one of the 8 iconic players. But also that passion on show, taking that wicket.
Excellent.
He's usually a very kind of stoic character, very cool and relaxed and chilled character, but picking up that wicket, you saw the passion on offer, HD Ackerman. This for me, someone so talented, someone captaining for the first time, great scenes to see.
And never easy when you're captaining for maybe the first time to bring yourself on. Nicely bowled again. Yeah, quite often as a leader, you don't want to be deemed as selfish or seen as selfish, so you tend to bowl others before you bowl yourself, even though conditions may suit your type of bowling. Muller's brought himself on at just the right time, and he's been very good. Very, very good.
He's come in for quite a bit of criticism online. The fanaticism here in Nepal for cricket, particularly when the national team are playing, it means that the players are constantly under the microscope. And him, alongside some of the other batters, have come in for a lot of criticism, particularly on the tours of Canada and USA. He actually found himself out of the team, dropped after the most uncharacteristic innings I've ever seen. He made 33 off 54 balls in a chase where they needed to run a ball. He just never got into even second gear. But one of the things I always say about Kushal Malla, the reason I'd keep him in the team, he's a very good fielder and he's a handy bowler. So great to see him leading from the front as captain of the Chitwan Rhinos. He started really nicely, as Tuas have his side. It's 42 for 4.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है।
अब सिद्धार्थ बैंकको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस्। सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
Well, a few too many dots for the Gurkhas. There have been 7 boundaries already, mainly Michael Levitt providing those with his sparkling innings of 25. And now it's going to need to be the 2 local players. Young Sumit Maharjan, 25 years of age. One of the few Kathmandu-based players. He's representing the hometown side. He'll have to now come up against Ravi Bopara. Hasn't played T20Is in a long time, but he's a guy, HD. How many countries has he played in now? He must have played in, 18, 20 countries around the world?
All those that play the game, I would think. As his T20 international career records, but his domestic T20 career would read somewhere around 300 plus games.
He's actually honing in on a remarkable record, HD, and I think he'll get there because he's going to keep playing. He's 39. He's played 478 official T20s. Quite remarkable.
I know most players only have one page on the esteemed website Cricinfo. Ravi Bopara and Imran Tahir might be moving on to their page number 2 when it comes to the amount of teams played. I would like to start reading them, but we only have a certain amount of overs to our disposal.
I think there's more than 30 teams on that list, if not more.
Right.
Hasn't bowled much of late. Given us a wide outside the off stump, rightly so. The reason for that, HD, he took a blow to the thumb. And with his kind of bowling, it was the right thumb, obviously, that took the blow. Kind of bowls a lot of cutters, a lot of slower balls, a lot of stuff out of the back of the hand. In some ways, kind of he's into probably the autumn, if not the winter of his career. Last little while, he's been a little bit of a sort of bowling all-rounder, but in the T10 recently he's playing as a batting all-rounder. I suspect his experience, he'll very much do both here for the Chitwan Rhinos.
I mean, it is as a batter that he made his name, and there was as a young up-and-coming cricketer playing for Essex County Cricket in England. He was well regarded, well thought of. Many thought he would have a long international career. That'll be another wide. I just want to go back to the Kushal Malla story, Lenny. It's a very difficult game, T20, when you're not in form to actually find form again, because there's an expectation that you play a high-risk game. He is a high-risk type of batter. When he hits the ball a mile. And so when you do run into bad form, it's a very difficult game to find that form quickly. And when you read out those statistics around the 30 and 50 balls, you just wonder whether, that's just a player desperate to spend some time at the crease.
Yeah, and one thing Monty Desai has generally been very good at, the Nepal national coach, has been keeping him in and around the team. There's Ravi Bopara's T20 numbers. In 21 appearances time, he'll crack 500, and not many players have done that. He was even out playing for England recently, wasn't he, in the returning Hong Kong Sixes. Got a lot of runs out there. Bit of a batter's paradise up in Hong Kong. Very small ground too, but he hasn't really bowled much, and you can see that. There's a projected scores. I think you can probably rule the 170 plus out, the 10 and over. The Gurkhas will be thinking more about, can we get to 140, 150, build a partnership, and start to find a way to find some boundaries. Both of these players are more accumulators, as we'll see a rather tardy misfield, which will allow a second.
I think that's where the Gurkhas have made an error in batting first here. Not that they were sent in, don't get me wrong, but while batting first is just to try and assess those conditions. Often players just pay lip service to that word, assessing conditions. Little misfield leads to 2. And you don't have to go out there and score 10 runs and over every over. Assess those conditions and think, well, okay, maybe 150 is a winning total. Maybe it's not 170, but the Gurkhas came out as if they wanted to get 200 and have got themselves into trouble.
Oh, when you've got the record that Michael Levitt has at this ground, that remarkable century he made in the Triangular Series earlier in the year, you can understand why he was trying to do that. That's the 50 that's come up. These two just trying to rebuild something, doing it quite cautiously to start with. 8 from Bopara's first, it's 50 for 4.
DHI Happier Home today tha hai. Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Tapayko Asli Energy Red Bull Asli Nerozon.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they your way of quality living.
The second and third where Levitt started putting on a bit of a show, and we thought everything we said in the pre-game was right. There's going to be more runs in the surface. We really liked the shape and the look of the Kathmandu Gurkhas side, particularly their overseas players, but 3 of them already have come and gone. Eskenazi, Levitt, Erasmus, all in and all now out. And one of the things that's going to be a big challenge in this competition, particularly with 8 teams, HD, is how the local players can influence the matches, particularly with the bat. This is off the toe of the bat, not going to carry. I think the spinners will bowl exceptionally well, particularly the left arm spinners, talking about the local players here. Which of the local batters are going to stand up and start to make names for themselves here in season 1 of MPL?
Well, it does seem in the opening 3, the opening 2 games, but the 3 innings that we've seen is that the coaches have tended to be overseas top heavy with batting, and so I tend to agree with you, because it would be nice to spread those out a little bit, get 1 or 2 of the local players up near the top of the order and see how they can contribute. There's no doubt that they'll contribute with the ball, particularly in the spin department.
I think the quality of left arm spin here in Nepal is such that I've often said to Irish players back in my first home in Dublin that there's probably 10 or 12 left arm spinners here that would get into an Irish team. That's how highly I rate them. You'll see Shahab Alam in the second innings. He's outstanding. You see him on the screen there. He's so accurate. And that's not to mention Surya Tamang. We saw Lalit Rajbanshi the other day with 3 for. Kushal Malla here. He's a different kind of left arm spinner. It looks a very innocuous action. I don't think Sridharan Shriyam was overly impressed at first, but he's very consistent, isn't he? And what he does is he just doesn't miss, and he watches the batter intently. There's no mystery to him, doesn't turn the ball much, but he's very canny, he's very clever, and I love to see him captaining. And now he's been pumped out of the ground, down into the most packed part of the crowd. That is a Siddhartha Bank 6 to end Mala's third. It's 59 for 4. But he's kind of clever, he's kind of so many good batters in it.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट
डाइरेक्ट
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ
त्यसो भए त आइएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा
Remember game 1, it was 65 at the halfway stage. They finished with 127. They'll want a lot more than that 127.
Well, the Kings in their opening game, they obviously got the runs at the top of the order and then just fell away. Here the Gurkhas have to do it the other way around. Good shot, this nice use of the feet. Shorter side of the ground as well, away to the right-hander's leg side.
I think we might have had our first crowd catch as well. Let's see if we can get another look. It's so bright here in the mornings, there's a real glare, but I think he might have held on up here, and he's got the Dhaka Topi on too. Love a Dhaka Topi. Did he hold on? Oh, I think he did. Might have been a one-hander as well. Quite brilliant up there. Well played, sir. I think he's held on to this up there, HD Ackerman. What do you reckon? Dhaka Topi on the head, one hand up to the sky, fans all around him. That's how you do it. And a high five or two to boot. The fans showing the outfielders how it's done.
He might very well be our sparkling smile fan of the match, with the grin that it was etched across his face after holding on to that.
The good news is they're going to be getting whoever we pick as that sparkling smile fan of the match. I think there's some Happy Dent hampers going around. Make sure all of our commentators' breath is smelling nice as well. There he is. Love that. Sunglasses on, Dhaka Topi on the head. That's what's known as the Nepali Cricket Supporters Society section part of the ground. It's the equivalent to the Bay 15 at the MCG. They love it up there.
Quite ironic, isn't it, that the only fella wearing the Dhaka Topi is the one that gets the catch. That'll teach the rest of them.
Sartorial elegance up in the crowd. Yeah, really, it's quite amazing to think of a Monday morning, 9 a.m. start, and this place, it's not full to capacity like it was on Saturday yet, but I think it'll get there throughout the day. Incredible fervour and passion on show. The hype about this inaugural MPL, it's real. Half an appeal from Bopara, no interest from Buddy Pradhan. That'll get us to the halfway stage of the first innings of this doubleheader Saturday. Time for a drink too. The Gurkhas 63 for 4.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs they buzekas have. Your way of quality living.
Tapayko Asli Energy Red Bull Asli ne rozon.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
इसकोमा खेलको मजा छ बेग्लै हरेक खेल हेरिन्छ साथी होस् या एक्लै
डिश होम खुशीको कनेक्सन
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, Chimneys. The gas hobsle बुझेको छ. Your way of quality living.
Himstar for a complete home.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
अब सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कको कार्ड प्रयोग गरी खरिद गर्दा मोबाइल ब्याङ्किङबाट टप अप गर्दा रिवार्ड पोइन्ट अर्न गर्नुहोस्। सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
सिधै आउँछ?
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा?
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा?
हो बाबा, अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ।
त्यसो भए आइएमई गरौँ?
सिधै मोबाइलमा।
Yeah, we saw the Pacers making inroads, getting the wickets, and then the combination of spin and medium pace, slowing proceedings here for Gurkhas, who've been on the back foot ever since they've been put into bat. Good field changes, sharp bit of work in the field, and you got to really give it to the Rhinos early on.
Can I get that
Amar
six
Rautela
again, if possible?
will come on to bowl. Now take a look at the bowling options. As many as 5 bowlers use, including Amar Rautela. Yeah, you can expect some gentle medium pace from his end as well.
Ravi Bopara was so good from the commentary box and clever changes of pace. Yeah, the wickets. Gentle medium pace of Amar. Missed his run up.
You've got to pack your side with multi-dimensional players. Shri, I'll ask you a question. Maybe after this delivery, we talk about specialists, we talk about batters, bowlers doing their job, but multi-dimensional players who can perform more than one role in the side.
I think this wicket is more suited to hitting down the ground. I'll just answer your question. We saw Martin Guptill yesterday, and this is a great option. Go down the ground. Hitting square of the wicket has been tough on this pitch, and you get maximum value when you can swing through the line and hit straight. Again, 2 dot balls, back to back, short and cut straight to the fielder. Rana, well done, great use of the feet on that occasion against the left arm spin of Malla.
Just coming back to the point of having multi-dimensional cricketers these days. The demands of the sport, Shri. Nicely bowled. A bit of movement there. Oh, it's been given. It was a muted appeal for a while, but the finger has gone up, and this means that Rana has to depart. Half the side back in the dugout for the Gurkhas, and Amar strikes in his very first over.
Yeah, bowling change, that's worked. Good captaincy from Malla again. Brought Amar on for medium pace. Good length. Foot not coming to the line of the ball, playing well away from his body. Rana pays the price, faint edge. And a comfortable catch to the keeper, Bipin. Yeah, half the side back in the hut now. Shankar Rana departs 16 of 17 balls, and it's 63 for 5, the Gurkhas.
striking in his first over. Rana departing for 16, half the side back in the dugout for the Gurkhas. And they've only managed 63 runs on the board. Good introduction here by Kushal Malla as Rashid Khan makes his way out to the middle.
Got a very famous name, Rashid Khan, but he's not the Rashid Khan from Afghanistan. He's from Nepal. He's played two T20Is. He's right-arm medium pacer and also a handy batsman. A lot of work to do for the Gurkhas. Half the side back. There was a partnership building but was broken now.
And he's off the mark as well. And just like the way Kushal Malla as captain got a slip in place immediately for the new man in. And Amar has found his rhythm very early on.
He's here.
क्रिकेट की दुनिया में सिर्फ दो ही गब्बर ऑन फील्ड, तुम्हें पता है, ऑफ द फील्ड क्रैक्स. डाउनलोड द ऐप नाउ.
All the 8 teams have local captains, which is very, very good to see. It's a great responsibility to take on as a captain. You've got to lead from the front, but it'll teach them a hell of a lot.
It's so important you give the local players, the local talent, the uncapped players that much needed responsibility and opportunity as well.
100% agree. It'll take a couple of years, but this tournament will blossom. Lenny touched on the local batters contributing. Personally feel it's going to take a bit of time. They'll learn from the overseas.
And what they'll need to do from here on is both these batters will have to stay and score as well. 11 gone, it's 66 for 5.
DHI Happier Home to Data Hai.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स, यसमा पोइन्ट छ. सिद्धार्थ बैंक, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई.
We're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium in Kirtipur. Day 2, match number 2. It's a spectacle out here. And look at that for a view. A bird's eye view. We're having a vantage point view. And we're getting to see some exhilarating and pulsating cricket here in the middle. Yes, Chittagong Rhinos have brought their A game in their very first outing. Look at the options at Kushal Malla's disposal. And we'll see some leg spin as well from the Combox end. It's going to be Luke Benkenstein. An economy a little under 10. He's just started off with a half tracker. Very lucky to get away with that one.
I'll come back to the batting perspective from the Nepal local batters, but now it's Luke Benkenstein. England under 19, son of former South African cricketer Dale Benkenstein. I played under 19 cricket and international cricket with his dad. So Dale, if you're watching this, big hi to you. He's the head coach of Lancashire at the moment. Oh, that's some turn. That's fast leggies. He's looking good. Young Luke. Good action. Gives it a rip and there is a bit of Zampa in his action. He runs in a bit like Zams. He gives it a big rip. Leg spinner is so much in demand in this game. Yeah, there is a bit of Zampa. And it's a nice tall action. Gives it a good rip. The game is also a handy left-handed batter.
Innings, and they'll have to do something really special to get to a sizable score. As Amar continues, a wicket off his first over.
Excellent,
Yeah, there it is. The happy den, sparkling smile fan of the match. Look at that for a smile. It's more of a laugh. He's excited. And why not? Everyone's enjoying the cricket. That's the happy dent fan. Sparkling smile fan of the match. Shri, smile is the best emotion.
without a doubt. Just reflects the joy that this game brings to the whole country. Terrific turnout on a Monday morning. I never expected this, honestly, Mikhail. Yeah, people coming from all over. Terrific slow ball, sat on the pitch. Just a little swat from Maharajan. He's batted 23 balls for his 14. He's got to get it going. Rashid Khan now on strike.
Yeah, he's mixing it up really well. On this surface, Shri, harder it gets to bat if you take the pace off the ball.
Yeah, definitely stump to stump line. Keep varying your pace. Make them hit square of the wicket. It's never going to be easy. Yeah, just talking about the local batsmen, Mikhail, I think it'll take them a couple of years. I'm not sure how much T20 cricket they play. Not an easy game, T20. You've got to get used to the tempo. Easy. Got to have the ability to find the boundaries. You've got to be very proactive. I'm not sure how much T20 cricket they play in Nepal, but this tournament is going to do them hell a lot of good. There are going to be a few good batters coming out of this. Give them a couple of years, and it's going to change the face of Nepal cricket.
Well, he's got stuck underneath this one. And he's got good enough bat for it to go for a 4. That's a very good shot by Maharajan.
Good game awareness as well. He knew Bidoff was in, and the ball was pitched up. He's played 24 balls, Maharajan. But terrific shot. Education kits for children for every 4 scored, powered by Encel Foundation 2 times per match. That's a terrific initiative. Grassroots level cricket, so important in this country.
Yes, no, sent back, and wisely so. 6 runs coming off over number 13, 74 for 5.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers. The gas hops they Puzeco's have your way of quality living.
Tapaico Asli Energy Red Bull Asli ne rozon.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Here by Sumit Maharajan, just holding forward as Luke continues. That's in the air. Cries of catch, and it's been taken by Sharad Vesavkar at long off. Luke strikes in his second over. Rashid has to depart. That's a very fine running catch, and another one bites the dust here for Kathmandu Gurkhas.
Had to come. Big shot had to come. They were going nowhere with the run rate, and Rashid paying the price for trying to get moving. Good delivery, wide. Took it away from the arc, and a good running catch from Sharad Vesavkar at long off. Duke Benken strikes in his second over, and Rashid Khan has to depart for 4 of 9 balls, and it's 74 for 6.
Another batter walks in. That's been the story this morning for the Kathmandu Gurkhas. Dan Douthwaite walks out. He has a strike rate of 135. But the situation, look at that for an effort in the field. Wow! And everyone's converging towards the fielder for what effort? Hassan Esaqel.
Hassan Esaqel